Do you want to learn about monkeypox? Because I got it. A couple of days ago, I woke up with some swollen lymph nodes, and then throughout the day started to become increasingly fatigued, developed some chills, and then started to break out in some weird spots. Spots look like this, and they're on my face, my neck, my arms, my back. And as you can see, my lymph nodes are very, very swollen as well. I have been super fatigued. I slept for about 15 hours today, and I'm still kind of having trouble keeping my eyes open. I did go to the ER, and they swabbed some of the lesions and sent them away for confirmation, but we're pretty sure that's what this is. I was discharged home because treatment is mostly supportive care unless you're immunocompromised, so I'm just going to rest, and I'm supposed to isolate until all of the lesions have crusted over and fallen off. Cases are most definitely on the rise, especially in bigger cities, and it is spread by close person-to-person contact. The smallpox vaccine is being offered as prevention for some people who have been close contacts of those who have it, but there's very limited supply, so it's not super readily available right now. I wanted to post about this to spread awareness and remind people to check their bodies, especially during Pride Month when there will be lots of large gatherings with lots of close human contact. I also want to do away with any stigma or embarrassment that anybody might have about getting any form of disease. These things happen. If you're worried you might have this, please talk to a medical professional as soon as possible. With this being a relatively new thing, the recommendations on treatment isolation will likely be evolving, and so make sure you're keeping an eye on the news and watching out for case rates in your area. Gonna get back to getting some rest. I am hoping for a speedy recovery, and I'll give you guys another update sometime. Answering your most common questions. I'm feeling better and much less fatigued today, and I slept just like a normal 7 to 8 hours last night. The bumps are not itchy, but they are kind of painful, especially ones like this on my hand that commonly bumps up against things. Would I confuse them for zits? Not really. Some of the earlier ones look a little bit like zits, but then they tend to get more enlarged, like this one here and this one on my face, and they're much bigger, crusted, and doesn't really look like a zit to me. I did have chickenpox as a child. I also had shingles. This virus is not related to that. I am not taking any treatment. I'm just letting it run its course and letting my immune system do its thing. I was not offered the smallpox vaccine, but they did say if someone lived with me and I was going to go home and isolate with them, that they would offer it to them to protect them. My test results are not yet back, which is why reported cases remain very low at this time. So let me just make something clear before I hear one more uninformed, ignorant person say that monkeypox is a gay disease or only affects gay people. There is not a single disease, infection, anything that stops outside your body and asks you your sexual orientation before it decides to infect you. That does not happen. Is monkeypox currently more prevalent in the gay community and primarily affecting gay men? Yes. Why is that, you ask? It's because a gay person got it, and they attended an event that had a lot of close contact with a lot of other gay people, as many of our events tend to have. And subsequently, all the people at that event went back to their regular lives and interacted with their social circles, which tend to be also primarily gay people. But any straight person who also comes in contact with them is also at risk of getting this. So let's stop with the stigma, and let's not have a repeat of how infections have been poorly handled in the past. So I am fully recovered from monkeypox at this time. What's important to note about monkeypox is the isolation period currently is not time-based. It's based on when all of the lesions have healed and formed new skin underneath. For me, from onset, that took just a little bit over 2 weeks' time before I got to that point. A lot of folks have been asking if they scar, and some of them did leave a little bit of a scar. As you can see, I have one here. I have one here as well, but it's completely healed and formed new skin in the area. Besides the fatigue that only lasted a couple days, the worst part of having it was the pain from the lesions, as well as the mental strain from being isolated for so long by myself. So if you know anyone who has this, please check up on them regularly, FaceTime, ask if they need any supplies or anything. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Thank you for all the well wishes and words of encouragement. I am very happy to be back at work and back in the world again. Happy Pride.